Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Welcome back. Do me a favor, hit the like button as you're coming in. Let me make sure I'm on the right microphone. Yes, I am. Welcome back. I'm just doing some testing real quick. All right, good. Welcome back. Hit the like button, share, subscribe. Let's get to the topics. Happy Sunday, by the way. Prove it or I sue. Chris Okafor's warning to Doris, Ogala, and VeryDarkMan, and maybe, I don't know, maybe a couple of other people. I'm looking at a report here on the Nation. I'm just gonna go ahead and read it, and then we'll get to it. Hold on one second. Yes, he's threatening to sue right now. If you recall, Chris Okafor had some serious scandals that he's been dealing with going on, I don't know, maybe about 45 days now. Absolutely. A pastor, Pastor Chris Okafor, who was casted by alleged ex-girlfriend, Doris Ogala. Okay. So let's get into it. So it says, the legal team of Lagos-based cleric Pastor Chris Okafor has challenged actress Doris Ogala's social media influencer Martins Vincent Otse, popularly known as VeryDarkMan, and other bloggers to submit concrete evidence to the police to substantiate their allegations of or face criminal prosecution. All right. So he's threatening bloggers, he's threatening the general media, I guess. Good luck with that.
We will explain, because no evidence.
Yeah, some of them do get sued, okay? So don't be running your mouth, because these people. Anyway, he says at a briefing in Lagos, counsel to the cleric Ife Ajayi described the allegations as false, malicious, and part of what he called a coordinated campaign of cyberbullying, blackmail, and public incitement aimed at destroying his client's reputation. Client is within the reputation within the inside poto. Long before Doris Ogala got a hold of it. So let's be clear about this. Ajayi said the attacks, which gained renewed traction in December 2025, were initiated by Doris Ogala and amplified by a network of bloggers. What about the fake miracle? Was that also by Doris Ogala? I'm just asking. Online commentators and digital platforms, many of whom he alleged failed to seek Pastor Okafor's response before publishing damaging narratives. Okay. And I quote, our client is a private citizen and a law-abiding Nigerian. What we have witnessed over the past months is not advocacy or responsible journalism, but a circulated attempt to try him in the court of public opinion, Ajayi said. Tracing the origins of the dispute, the lawyer explained that the matter began in late 2024 following a business engagement involving Ogala and a third party. We've always said here that Doris Ogala is not innocent. But honestly, I'm not sure how much that has to do with anything, but let's keep going. I'll let you guys have your opinions too, by the way. According to him, Pastor Okafor later disengaged from the arrangement after concluding that the expected outcome could not be achieved. This is according to thenationnng.net, by the way. He said Ogala subsequently took to social media alleging that the cleric owed her 45 million naira, an accusation he described as unfounded. Okay. The narrative, he said, later shifted the claims to claims of a romantic relationship, monetary demands, and eventually more serious allegations bordering on criminal conduct. And I quote, each time one allegation failed to gain traction, another more outrageous one followed. It was a systematic attempt to see what would stick, the lawyer said. Now, I don't want to jump ahead of the curve here because I'm reading with you guys. But what about the kneeling down and asking for forgiveness directly from Doris Ogala? Okay, I'm just asking, just as a layman. I'm not a lawyer, I'm none of that. I'm just asking, okay? To me, all of this looked like a young man, 40-something years old, fell into the wrong bekus. That's the way I see it. I'm not even worrying about his title as a pastor. I don't see that. Again, pastors, I've seen them as normal human beings for all of my lives. I don't really put them on that kind of pedestal, okay? And subsequently, I tend to give them a level of grace. Not to mean they're not going to be held accountable, because as a man, in our generation, you're going to be held accountable. There's no way around it, okay? But in terms of, for me personally, I just see them as normal human beings, okay? And what it looks like to me is that a young man fell into the wrong bekus by mistakenly, not that type of mistake, because I know what you're about to say, but mistakenly nonetheless. He alleged that the attacks intensified. I don't know. That's what she alleged, okay? He alleged that the attacks intensified on the eve of Pastor Okafor's wedding in December 2025 when Ogala reportedly questioned his right to marry and demanded compensation, first in cash and later in the form of a house. Remember the billions of naira lawsuit, right? She filed a lawsuit against him for breach of promise to marry. Now, to me, that promise I heard is a real thing in Nigeria. That is weird. Anybody can just come out of nowhere and say, you promised to marry me and just sue me. Now, wow. That sounds like, I know you guys always fight for unfairness. That sounds like grave levels of unfairness. Like anybody can just say, I promise to marry you, just like that. That doesn't make any sense. Anyway, Ajayi said Ogala had previously been arrested and charged in court for cyber stalking, cyberbullying, and threats following similar online conduct. He said the matter was resolved through an out-of-court settlement, which was adopted by the court. Under the terms of the settlement, it's true. She had accused previously, before last December, she had been accusing him for all kind of stuff. Okay, so I did see that one. On some kind of strange pages that she has out there. Under the terms of the settlement, Ajayi said Ogala received an agreement sum. Oh, you're settling her behind closed door. And then she undertook never to contact, engage with, or mention Pastor Okafor publicly for any reason. She's not satisfied. And I quote, at no point during these proceedings did she allege rape, sexual assault, or an affair. Those claims were never made until after the settlement was reached and alleged breached, he stated. There are women out there that will falsely accuse you of all of this stuff, okay? For example, we saw Adetone, in broad daylight, accuse a man who was just simply filming of, sexual harassment. She did it right in the middle of London. We saw that on video. So, and of course, we know these kind of things happen too. And they will cry on top of it. May God help us. Oh, Lord. May God protect all of us. So, shout out to Jack, Alexander, and Jack, I guess. Shout out to you. Anyway, I'm still reading. According to Ajayi, complaints were subsequently lodged with the police over what he described as public incitement, blackmail, and cyber. He said Ogala was arrested again shortly before Christmas 2025 and interrogated by police in Lagos. During questioning, Ajayi claimed she denied making some of the most serious allegations and attributed them to her online, including claims that Pastor Okafor was involved in a death allegedly buried within church premises or that his wife was forced into marriage. She denied these allegations in the presence of police officers and requested legal representation before making her statement. She was later granted administrative bail on medical grounds and warned not to return to social media with unsubstantiated claims, Ajayi said. He alleged that despite the warning, the online attacks assumed with new narratives involving alleged sexual offenses and parading of individuals as victims. Ajayi accused VDM and other platforms, including a podcast, of abusing their influence by soliciting allegations from the public and presenting them online as fact. You cannot be, let me guess, Auntie Adoni is part of it. Oh, sorry, I'm not supposed to mention her name. You cannot be the accuser, investigator, prosecutor, judge all at once. Okay. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to continue. You can find this on The Nation. I'm just going to tell you like this, okay? Pastor Chris Okafor Neo, okay? Pastor Nedunwoko Neo, okay? This kind of people, it's 2026. All these different pastors, okay? PDD Neo, Donnie McLaughlin Neo.
You think say they wise?
Yeah, more of this kind of stuff is coming out. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. More of this kind of stuff is coming out. Now, the only thing you can do is prepare to how you respond so you don't throw yourself even more so under the bus. Because the way it's looking right now.
We go explain because no evidence.
Do me a favor, let's just hit the like button right now. Let me know what your thoughts are about this. Hit the like button, share, subscribe, turn up your notifications so you're notified when we go live. We're moving on to some other trendy stories around the world. I'll be right back.
This is Ola, Man of Prestige, your favorite relationship and marriage coach. If you enjoyed this, smash that like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs it. Be a part of the Prestige family. My wife Lola and I have written 2 powerful books, Get My Marriage Back and Number 1 Red Flag, yours free at manofprestige.com. For personal coaching, send me a WhatsApp request for consultation to +1 732 305 8577. Stay tuned for more. Your journey to love and prestige starts here.